I've done quite a few Pokemon challenges, but never on stream. That all changed with this challenge. My subscribers and I decided to try beating Pokemon Sword with the rule that we have to completely change our team after each gym. How did it go? My name is Trendge, and we're about to find out. If you'd like to join us for a future live Pokemon challenge, I stream right here on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday, so, click that subscribe button. The only rules for this run are that we must box our team after each gym battle, and we cannot use a Pokemon or its evolutions for more than one gym. Like every Pokemon adventure, we kick things off by picking our starter. We ask the all-powerful Siri to pick a number between 1 and 3 to determine who we'll pick. Siri gives us 3, so we pick Sobble. We'll have to use Sobble until we're able to catch more Pokemon, but after we get our hands on a Rookidee, Sobble goes straight to the PC. We catch a Blipbug and do a bit of level grinding to get ready for our second battle with Hop. We're still in the game's tutorial, so we easily take out Hop's Wooloo with Blipbug and finish off his Scorbunny and Rookidee with our Rookidee. We clean up Team Yell at the Budew drop in and proceeded to the wild area to expand our team. The first gym specializes in grass type, so we focus on finding flying, fire, or poison types. We fail to catch a Rufflet in a max raid battle, but we secure a Pidove. Our Blipbug evolves into Dottler, so we make our way towards Hop. Wooloo goes down after a few confusions from Dottler, but Scorbunny takes Dottler down. Pidove finishes off Scorbunny, and our Rookidee wraps up the battle for us. We catch a Vulpix and Sizzlipede on Route 3 and headed to the first Galar mine. We come across Speed for the first time and start off with Vulpix. We use Disable to keep a Solosis from using Confusion, and then use Quick Attack until it goes down. Gothita takes Vulpix and Sizzlipede out with Psybeam, but Pidove takes it out. Bede's last Pokemon, Hatena, also falls to Pidove, so we move on to the first gym. For the grass gym, we have Vulpix, Corvisquire, Pidove, Dottler, and Sizzlipede. Milo's Gossifleur gets taken out by 2 Incinerates from Vulpix, so I'd say we're off to a good start. Eldegoss Dynamaxes, so Vulpix does as well. We take a Max Strike and use a berry to heal. We fire back with Max Flare, which deals decent damage, but Eldegoss uses Max Overgrowth 2 times to take Vulpix out. It only takes 2 Air Cutters from Pidove to bring down Eldegoss and secure us the Grass Badge. We were way too overprepared for that battle. Our victory is bittersweet, however, as now we have to say goodbye to our team forever. We take Sobble back out of the box so that we can start building a team to take on Nessa. We start by catching a Yamper on Route 2, and then a Gossifleur on Route 3. We spend some time leveling up our new team members and stumble across an Electrike in the wild area. We grab the bike after beating Team Yell on Route 5 and proceed to have a classic bridge battle with Hop. He starts with Wooloo, who lands a tackle on Electrike. Electrike's static ability paralyzes Wooloo, and then we switch to Gossifleur to use Razor Leaf. We get Wooloo down to the red, and then Hop uses a Super Potion. We get lucky enough to land a critical hit and take Wooloo out. Hop sends out Corvisquire next, so we switch to Yamper and use Nuzzle until he goes down. Raboot takes out Yamper with Flame Charge, so we send out Electrike again. He just barely survives a double kick, but his static ability paralyzes Raboot. We land 2 Shockwaves before being taken out by Round. We send out our last Pokemon Gossifleur, but Raboot gets the best of us and we lose the battle. We do a bit more leveling and evolve Gossifleur into Eldegoss. We try the battle with Hop again, and Eldegoss brings down Wooloo with Razor Leaf. It only takes 2 Shockwaves from Electrike to bring down Corvisquire, but Electrike isn't able to beat Raboot. Yamper gives us the win with Spark, and we press on to the second gym. Our current team is Electrike, Eldegoss, and Yamper. The Water-type gym leader Nessa starts off with Goldeen, and we start with Electrike. Goldeen lands a Horn Attack but gets paralyzed by our static ability. We use Shockwave to take out most of Goldeen's health, and then use Quick Attack to outspeed and take it out. Her Arrokuda outspeeds and goes for Bite, but it only takes 1 Shockwave to bring it down. We switch to Eldegoss for Nessa's last Pokemon Dreadnought and take a Max Strike. We fire back with Max Overgrowth, taking about half of Dreadnought's HP. We take another attack and heal with a Citrus Berry. Our second Max Overgrowth is enough to bring down Dreadnought and we claim the Water Badge. Again, we were a little overprepared for this battle, but it doesn't matter since we have to box our team. We pull Sobble back out, but this time we'll be keeping him on the team. The next gym specializes in fire types, so we focus on looking for water types. We encounter a Choodle that's too high of a level for Sobble, and we end up back at the Pokemon Center. After a bit of leveling up, we catch a Wooper in a max raid battle and head back to Galar Mine 2. We catch a Choodle and evolve every member of our team to prepare for our second battle against Bede. He starts off with Solosis and we choose Dreadnought. It only takes a single crunch to bring it down, and the same goes for Gothita and Hatena. Ponyta lands a Confusion, but like his teammates, he falls to a single crunch. Hop helps us take out Team Yell, but we have to battle our third rival Marnie before we can take on the next gym. She kicks things off with her Croagunk, and we start with Drizzile. We hardly do any damage at all before being taken out by Revenge. We send out Dreadnought, but he struggles to bring down his opponent thanks to Marnie using a Super Potion. We miss a Razor Shell against Scraggy, and Dreadnought goes down. We put Scraggy to sleep with Yawn, and drop a Super Potion. We finally take it out with Mudshot, and Morpeko falls right behind. To prepare for the next gym, we give Quagsire and Dreadnought Citrus Berries and Drizzile a Ross Berry. Kabu sends out his Ninetales, so we use Water Pulse with Drizzile. Ninetales uses Will-O-Wisp, but thankfully Drizzile has a Ross Berry. A second Water Pulse takes out Ninetales, and Arcanine is sent out. We inflict Confusion, and he misses a Will-O-Wisp. One more Water Pulse takes him out, and Kabu sends out his Gigantamax Centiskorch. We hold off from Dynamaxing for now to see how many more Water Pulses we can land, but one Max Flutterby takes Drizzile out. Quagsire survives a Max Flutterby and heals with his berry. We use Mudshot, but it deals very little damage, and Quagsire is taken out. We send out our ace in the hole Dreadnought and use Max Rockfall. Centiskorch goes down and we claim the Fire Badge. The next gym specializes in fighting types, so we begin the hunt for a team of flying types. We find a Braviary in the wild area, but it's level 56, so we aren't able to catch it yet due to lack of badges. We then find the nice Xatu, but it uses Teleport while I was reading chat. We stumble across a level 34 Driplim and add it to the team. We find a Hawlucha, but it's one level too high for us to catch. We just so happen to be playing at the crack of midnight, so Xatu respawns and we manage to catch it this time. After what feels like an eternity, we come across a Noibat and claim our third team member. We break in our new team against Team Yell on Route 6 and proceed to stow on side for the next gym. However, before we can do that, we have to have a battle with Hop. We have Xatu use Confuse Ray on Cramorant, but he pushes through the confusion and uses Dive. We land 2 Nightshades, and Cramorant takes itself out from confusion. We use Confuse Ray on Silicobra, and he inflicts damage on himself twice. He takes out Xatu on the next turn, so we switch to Noibat and start using Bite. Silicobra uses Glare, and then takes us out with Brutal Swing. Driplim defeats Silicobra with Shadow Ball, and Raboot is sent out. We land 2 Shadow Balls to bring it down, and Hop's last Pokemon Toxel falls to a single attack. The team that will battle B is Xatu, Noibat, and Driplim. We outspeed her first Pokemon Hitmontop and land a Gust. She tries to use Revenge, but it doesn't affect Driplim. This is precisely why we started with him. Unable to deal any damage, Hitmontop goes down and Pangoro is sent out. We switch to Noibat, but Pangoro takes it out with 2 Night Slashes. We Dynamax Driplim and take out Pangoro with Max Airstream. It takes 2 Max Airstreams to take out Surfetch, and Machamp is sent out. It takes out Driplim and Xatu with Max Darkness, which costs us the victory. We'll either need to overlevel our team or add another member, so we head back to the wild area. We find a level 26 Pelipper and add it to the team. After some leveling up, we head back to the gym. Driplim takes care of Hitmontop again with ease, and we send out Pelipper against Pangoro. We land a Wing Attack and Water Pulse before needing to heal, and Pangoro goes down on the next turn. We send out Driplim against Surfetch, who falls to 2 Gusts. All of our Pokemon are still alive, so we're in much better shape compared to last time. We send out Pelipper and manage to land a Water Pulse before fainting from 2 Max Strikes. We send out Noibat, who falls to Machamp's last Dynamax move, then switch to Xatu for Confuse Ray. We land a Nightshade and then take about half of Machamp's HP before falling to Knockoff. We Dynamax Driplim and use Max Airstream to finally claim the Fighting Badge. There is a battle with Bede right after the 4th gym, but we aren't allowed to use this team anymore, so it's back to the drawing board. We head back to Route 4 to catch a Meowth. The next gym specializes in Fairy types, so we're looking for Steel and Poison types. We catch a Bronzor in the wild area and evolve Meowth into Berserker. We decide to go ahead and test our luck against Bede and head back to Stow-on-Side. Duosion falls to a single Iron Head from Berserker, and Hatchram goes down after 3 attacks. It takes 2 Iron Heads to bring down Gothorita, and only 1 to take out Ponyta. Bronzor evolves while battling trainers in Glimwood Tangle. We make it to the next town, but decide to add more members to the team before we challenge the gym. We catch a Skorupi, and then a Torkoal in the wild area. Our team against Opal consists of Bronzong, Berserker, Skorupi, and Torkoal, who we caught to battle Mawile. Opal's Weezing uses Fairy Wind against Bronzong, which does next to no damage, and we take it out with Heavy Slam. Opal sends out Mawile, so we switch to Torkoal, who isn't affected by Intimidate thanks to her White Smoke ability. We use Lava Plume to take out Mawile in 1 shot. We switch to Berserker to battle Togekiss, and we take it out with a couple Iron Heads. We Dynamax Berserker against Opal's Alchemy, and take it out with only 1 Max Steel Spike. We collect the Fairy Badge and proceed to Hammerlock. The 6th gym specializes in rock types, so we take out a Phalanx and Hitmonchan that we caught earlier in a max raid battle. We also catch a Shiftry to deal with Gordy's Barbaracle and a level 40 Golurk. Before we can battle Gordy, we have to battle Hop again. We send out Hitmonchan against his Trevenant and use Fire Punch to take it out. Hop goes for Cinderace next, so we go for Golurk and use high horsepower to one-shot it. Boltund takes out Golurk with Crunch and starts to use Roar, dragging out different members of the team. Boltund takes Phalanx out with Spark, but Shiftry is able to take it down. We use Close Combat with Hitmonchan to bring down Heatmor and then Snorlax to secure the win. After battling our way through Route 8, we make it to the next gym. Our team consists of Shiftry, Hitmonchan, Phalanx, and Golurk. Shifty brings down Barbaracle with a single Leaf Blade, but it takes a few to take out Shuckle. Gordy Stonejourner also falls to one Leaf Blade, and he sends out Colossal. We leave Shiftry out to use up one of Colossal's attacks, and then send out Phalanx to do the same. Hitmonchan lands 2 close combats to wrap up the battle and claim us the Rock Badge. No Dynamax needed. We have to battle Hop again after the gym battle, but it'll have to wait because we have to create a new team. The next gym specializes in dark types, so we focus on finding fighting and bug types. We fail to catch a Hawlucha, but add a Shuckle to the team. We catch a Kufan as well, but I can't remember why. We also grab Ninjask and evolve Kufan into Copperajah. We pick up a Machoke and then head back to Hop for our battle. Machoke uses Revenge and Vital Throw to bring down Dubwool, and Hop sends out Corviknight. We switch to Copperajah, who was able to take it out with several Heavy Slams. Cinderace is up next, so we send out Shuckle, who gets destroyed after a few Pyro Balls. Ninjask meets the same fate, so we switch back to Machoke. We drop a Hyper Potion to survive another Pyro Ball and take Cinderace out with Revenge. Machoke one-shots Snorlax, but isn't able to defeat Pincurchin. It only takes one attack from Copperajah to wrap up the battle. We defeat Team Yell again to no one's surprise and move on to our next battle against Marnie. Machoke gets a one-hit KO on Liepard with Vital Throw, but it takes a handful of turns to bring down Toxicroak. Scrafty goes down with ease, with Morpeko right behind. Our team for the Dark-type gym consists of Ninjask, Copperajah, Machoke, and Shuckle. Ninjask lands 2 Aerial Aces against Scrafty, but isn't able to take it out. Shuckle isn't able to deal any significant damage, and meets the same fate as Ninjask. Machoke is able to take it out, and Pierce sends out Malamar, who immediately takes Machoke out. Copperajah falls after 2 foul plays, which means we lose the battle. After a bit of leveling up, we try again. This time we start with Copperajah, which doesn't go particularly well. We switch out to Ninjask and take Scrafty out with Aerial Ace. We use Bug Bite against Malamar, which almost takes it out. Ninjask survives Payback and heals with the Berry. One more Bug Bite does the job. Obstagoon takes out Ninjask with Throat Chop, so we send out Machoke, who falls to counter. Shuckle is able to slowly take out Obstagoon with Bug Bite. We use Rest against Skuntank to keep Sucker Punch from landing to heal up. I learned that Sucker Punch will land if I try to attack while asleep, so we use Rest a second time. Shuckle finally wakes up and uses Bug Bite, but it does next to nothing. We get hit with Toxic and use more Bug Bites until we need to rest again. It takes forever to stall against Skuntank while we slowly chip away at his HP. It gets to the point where Skuntank runs out of PP for Snarl and Sucker Punch and can only use Screech. Shuckle is able to survive Skuntank's Aftermath ability, and we claim the Dark Badge from Piers. Time to dump our team into the PC and start the process all over again. This time, we need to build a team that can handle Raihan's ground and dragon-type Pokemon. We look all over for a Lapras, but end up catching a Morgrem and Glimwood Tangle after having no luck. It quickly evolves into Grimmsnarl while we're looking for more Pokemon to catch. We catch a Vanillux in the wild area, followed by a Barraskewda. We catch a Wailmer and evolve it to add one more Pokemon to our team and head towards the final gym. Raihan starts the battle with his Flygon and Gigalith, and we go for Wailord and Barraskewda. I forgot that Flygon knows Thunder Punch, so Wailord is forced to use his berry after just one attack. Gigalith sets up Stealth Rock, and we hit both Gigalith and Flygon with Dive. Wailord goes down to Thunder Punch, so we send in Grimmsnarl. Flygon is taken out by Spirit Break, and Barraskewda takes out Gigalith with another Dive. Sandaconda and Duraludon are sent out, and Grimmsnarl is taken out by Max Steel Spike. We send in Vanillux, but it isn't even able to attack before it gets taken out by Max Rockfall. This ultimately costs us the battle, so we decide to regroup and try again. This time we start with Grimmsnarl and use Spirit Break twice on Flygon to take it out. We switch out Grimmsnarl for Barraskewda, and Wailord takes out Gigalith with Water Pulse. Barraskewda takes out Sandaconda with Liquidation, and Wailord survives the G-Max depletion. We have both of our Pokemon use Dive at the same time to ensure the next attack misses. Wailord is taken out on the next turn, so we send a Vanillux and use Dive and Ice Beam. This is enough to bring down Duraludon and secure us the Dragon Badge. The next team we pick will be the one that carries us through the entire championship. After careful consideration with the stream viewers, we begin our hunt. We first catch a Gyarados, followed by a Piloswine who we evolve into Mamoswine. Mamoswine's Ice-type move should be beneficial against Leon's Dragapult and Haxorus. We add a Snorlax for his versatility, and pick up the Toxel from the daycare to have a solid electric and poison type. Next stop is right outside of Galar Mine 2 to grab a Hatenna to give us a Fairy type and Psychic type to help deal with Leon's dragons. We catch the fighting and dark type Pokemon Scrafty in a max raid battle, which gives us a full team of 6. After a lot of leveling and sorting through movesets, we have a team fit for the Pokemon League. Marnie and Hop are pretty easily defeated in the championship. Snorlax single-handedly takes down all but one of Marnie's Pokemon, and Toxtricity gets us the win with Boom Burst. Hop doesn't fare much better, as Scrafty takes care of Double and Snorlax, and Toxtricity brings down Corviknight and Pincurchin. We send in Gyarados to deal with Hop's Cinderace, who falls to a couple Max Geysers. We're forced to battle Oleana at Rose Tower before we can continue the championship. Snorlax deals with her Frostlass with Crunch, but we switch to Toxtricity to handle Milotic. Oleana surprises us, however, and we have to send in Gyarados to finish it off. Gyarados demolishes Salazzle with Thrash, but falls to Zarina. Hatterene meets the same fate, but Mamoswine is able to bring it down. Oleana Gigantamaxes her Garbodor, so we Dynamax and use Max Guard to stall. Mamoswine handles a Max Quake like a champ, and fires back with Max Hailstorm and Max Quake. We return to our normal forms, and Mamoswine gets defeated. We still have Snorlax up our sleeve, who brings down Garbodor and snags us the victory. Our next challenger is the newly appointed Gym Leader Bee. Toxtricity one-shots Mawile with Overdrive, and gets one-shot by Gardevoir. Snorlax is up next, and we bring down Gardevoir after a few crunches. Rapidash takes out Snorlax with Quick Attack, so we send in Mamoswine who meets the same fate. Scrafty is able to defeat Rapidash, and the only Pokemon Beat has left is his G-Max Hatterene. Scrafty is taken out after landing a Throat Chop, so we send in our own Hatterene and Dynamax. Max Flare takes half of our HP, and Beat uses a full restore. After 2 Max Starfalls, Beat's Hatterene goes down, and we move on to Nessa. Toxtricity takes out Golisopod with Overdrive, but gets defeated by Barraskewda with Drill Run. Scrafty brings it down, and we send out Hatterene to battle Pelipper. We use Calm Mind and then Psychic, which takes it out, but Seaking is able to finish off Hatterene. We send in Snorlax and use a couple Body Slams to beat Seaking. Nessa's final Pokemon is her G-Max Dreadnought, who takes down Snorlax with a Max Rockfall. Scrafty just survives the G-Max Stone Surge and takes most of Dreadnought's HP with close combat. Gyarados wraps up the battle with Hydro Pump, and we proceed to the next battle. Bee is next on the list. She kicks things off with Hawlucha, so we start with an Overdrive from Toxtricity, which one-hit KOs. Toxtricity inflicts Graplock with Poison using Toxic, and then lands a Venoshock. We're not able to survive 2 Mega Punches, so we send in Gyarados. Bee goes for the full restore, but 2 Hurricanes are enough to take Graplock down. Phalanx falls to a single Hurricane, and Surfetch goes down after 2. Gyarados lands a Hurricane on Bee's G-Max Machamp, but is taken out by Max Strike. The plan is to have Machamp use up all of her G-Max attacks, so we send in Mamoswine who falls to a single attack. We Dynamax Hatterene and use Max Starfall to claim the win. Raihan is the last obstacle between Leon and I. We kick things off with Gyarados to handle its Torkoal. It takes 3 Hydro Pumps to take it out, and Yawn puts us to sleep. We switch to Mamoswine and use Icy Wind on Goodra, but it doesn't do very much damage. All it takes is 1 Surf to bring Mamoswine down. Hatterene is able to finish it off, and Raihan sends in Turtonator. He almost always goes for Shell Trap, so we use Life Dew to regain our HP. We also use this as an opportunity to use Calm Mind twice. 1 Dazzling Gleam is all it takes to bring down Turtonator. Flygon doesn't stand a chance with our boosted stats, but Duraludon is able to take Hatterene out. We send out Gyarados as a throwaway, and Duraludon goes back to normal. Toxtricity is able to claim the victory after 2 Boom Bursts. I lied about Raihan being the last thing between Leon and I. Chairman Rose decides to end the world, so I guess we should go stop it. His team consists of a variety of Steel-type Pokemon, so we start things off with Scrafty. Brick Rake isn't enough to take down a Scavalier, so Scrafty is bested by Megahorn. Mamoswine brings it down with Earthquake, but Ferrothorn's Power Whip is too much for him. Toxtricity's Boom Burst takes out Ferrothorn, and Overdrive takes out Berserker and Kling Klang. Rose's last Pokemon is a G-Max Caparaja, who brings down Toxtricity with Max Quake. We Dynamax Snorlax and use Max Quake twice to secure the victory. We catch Eternatus and head back to the arena for the final battle. Our team is a little underleveled for Leon, but we decide to give it a shot. We start off with Snorlax to use Crunch on Aegislash, but Sacred Sword deals too much damage and Snorlax goes down after 2. We try for Hatterene, but one Flash Cannon brings her down. This battle is already a wash, but we learn that Mamoswine is able to drop Aegislash with a single Earthquake. Haxorus is able to take out Mamoswine with 1 Iron Tail, and Gyarados with 2 Outrages. Scrafty is also bested by Haxorus, but Toxtricity manages to bring it down. However, it only takes 1 Earthquake to finish us off. We boost our team a few levels and try again. This time we kick things off with an Earthquake from Mamoswine to one-shot Aegislash. Haxorus is next, so we send in Hatterene. Haxorus misses an Iron Tail, and we're able to take it out with Dazzling Gleam. Dragapult is next, and there's no way we outspeed. The best option is to hope that we can survive a Shadow Ball and kill with a Dazzling Gleam. Thankfully, that's exactly what happens. Rhyperior is up next. After weighing our options, we decide to throw in Scrafty and best Rhyperior with back-to-back close combats. Leon is down 3 Pokemon, and we still have our entire team. Toxtricity seems like the obvious choice to put against Rillaboom, but it knows high horsepower, so we go with Gyarados. Hurricane has an accuracy level of 70, so we Dynamax and use Max Airstream. It gets Rillaboom down to red HP, so Leon uses a full restore. We use another Max Airstream, and then a Max Geyser to make it rain. Charizard is sent out, and we miss our first Hydro Pump. We're able to live a Max Rockfall, but now the rain has been replaced with a Sandstorm. We roll the dice and land our second Hydro Pump. Gyarados is taken out on the next turn, but now Charizard only has 1 Dynamax move left. We send out Hatterene, who already has low HP, to use up the attack, and then send in Scrafty. Charizard outspeeds and takes out Scrafty with Air Slash. Toxtricity is our best option. Charizard misses a Fire Blast, and Toxtricity lands an Overdrive.
Let's go! We did it! Chris MVP! Oh, you love to see it. We did it, fam. The challenge has been completed. Look at that man just strumming away. Oh, dude. That's so legit.
Thanks so much for checking out my video. I have several others just like it, so feel free to check out my channel. Come say hi during our next Pokemon Challenge stream. My name is Trendge, and I'll see you on the next adventure.